Hi everybody, my name is Melissa Bender and this is my workout for the day. For today's workout, this is actually a stretching video. So you guys know I've been working on my splits. I've posted some pictures of my progress. I am not 100% there yet, but I'm getting a lot closer. So I've gotten a lot of questions asking what stretches you do to even get started on practicing your splits. So I'm going to take you through that today. The very first thing you want to do is warm up and hydrate. Hydrated muscles are more flexible, but warming up, you don't want to static stretch cold muscles. You can actually injure yourself that way. So I did some hula hoop dancing, which I did not videotape and probably looked as funny as it sounded, but I'm also going to take you through some leg swings that I do. So core tight, we're going to swing our leg forward and backward. I usually do 20 swings. Just go where your body can take you. Don't push it. Four more. Okay, same thing on the other side. And I forgot to do this on that side, but I actually like to point my foot because that keeps me more active in the swing and lets me stretch it a little bit further. That's 15. Okay. The next stretch, or the next kick, is to the side. So I always go in, out, and up. So you can hold on to something, bring your knee across, and then up to the side. That's 10. $15, 20. Same thing on the other side, and then we're going to move into the stretches. So again, across and then out and kick. Warming up the hips in every direction. 10. 15. 19. 20. Okay, so hopefully you're warmed up. If that's not enough, do a little bit more active motion. Next, we're going to do a forward fold. So core tight, bend at the waist, trying not to scrunch your back. You want to get as low as you can with your back straight. Forward fold. So I like to push back through my knees and engage my muscles as I stretch. Reach back if you can. Hold your stretch. Then I come forward just a little bit into my toes to stretch out my Achilles, and then back into my heels. And I feel the stretch more in my hamstrings. Okay, from here we're going to go into a runner's lunge. Right leg forward first, so big step back. Then we're going to plant the knee, put the top of the foot on the floor, and we're going to put our hands on our hips. Lean forward into it. So you want to feel a stretch in your quad and your hip flexors. Breathe. And then I stretch up and over. And then I stretch it back. One more time. Up and over. And back. And then I'm going to bring my body up to neutral. straighten out my front leg. And you want to bend down over it and bring your nose toward your knee, your shin, wherever you can get it. The goal is to stretch to where your body is capable of now and work a little further into the stretch every time. So I keep my toes on the floor, feel a nice stretch up the back of my leg. Breathe. Come back up. We're going to do the other side. So step through plank position. Left foot comes forward, right knee plants. Hands come to your hips. Push forward through the hips until you feel the stretch in your quad and your hip flexor. And we're going to reach up and over. And then back. Reaching toward the heel. And then up and over. A little bit further. Keep pushing forward through the hips. And back. Bring it up to neutral. Press back through the hips. Push the knee toward the ground. Core tight. And we're going to forward fold over our front leg. Again, knee to nose or wherever, shin, wherever you're flexible to. I always like to try and reach my nose or my head toward my toes just to make sure I'm stretching from the hips. Take some deep breaths here. And then we're going to release. We are going to go to pigeon pose. So back through plank, core tight. Right knee is going to bend and come forward. After I plant my knee down on the floor, flex my foot, and then I walk my back leg back just a little bit to get the weight evenly distributed between both hips. So from here, we're going to stretch up, hold it. If you're able to, if the stretch is too much, just keep your hands down at your sides. Then we're going to forward fold. Bring our chest down toward the floor. Try and really relax your whole body into the ground. Breathe. And feel a stretch in the outside of your glutes, outside of your thigh. This is a great one for the IT band. So next we are going to come up. We're gonna, if you're ready, again, bend the back knee. If you can, reach back and grab it with one or both hands. Lightly pull it in, and then you're gonna resist. You're gonna push your foot away from your body and pull against your hands. Relax, pull. Relax, pull. 2, 3, relax. Okay, so now we're going to slowly release the foot down, push the toes into the ground, and we're going to switch sides. Left foot comes forward. Again, we're going to walk that hip back just a little bit. Arms are going to stretch up to the ceiling if you're able to. Breathe. Then we're going to forward fold. Relax your chest and body to the floor. It's okay if one side is more flexible than the other, that's normal. Breathe. Sink a little bit lower if you can. And then come up. Again, if you're ready, Bend the knee behind you, grab it with one or both hands, pull it in just a little bit, feel the stretch in the front of your thigh and in your hip flexors. Breathe, and then you're gonna pull away. 1, 2, 3, relax. Pull, 1, 2, 3, relax. Pull, 1, 2, 3, relax. Control the foot down. We're gonna step back to plank, and then we're gonna lift our hips to down dog. So for this one, you wanna focus on having a flat back. I'm gonna walk forward a little bit. So plank to down dog, flat back, heels drop to the floor, or as close as you can get them. Look toward your belly. Stretch out that back. Lift the hips, press the heels down and the hands down. Okay, we're gonna come onto our hands and knees. Knees below your hips, hands below your shoulders. We're gonna do cat-cow and stretch out the back. The back is actually a very big part of doing your split. So for cow, your tummy drops to the floor, hips lift, head lifts, look toward the ceiling. Then you're gonna exhale all your air, like a Halloween cat, and arch your back. And when you go through this, you can go more slowly. Focus on feeling each vertebrae lift and move throughout the movement. So go at your own pace on this. Okay, next we have leg wall stretch. So how I'm gonna go into this is I'm gonna lay on my side and scoot my butt as close to the wall as I can with my knees bent. Once my butt is touching the wall, I'm gonna turn onto my back and let my legs come up the wall. Now, depending on how flexible you are, this might be enough for you. This might even be too much. You might have to scoot your hips away from the wall a little bit. Wherever you are, it's okay. That's your starting point. You're gonna get more flexible if you practice. So, relax. If you're ready and able to, you're going to pull the right leg in, focusing on keeping the hips down. So you don't wanna do this and lift your butt off the floor to bring it in, because then you're not stretching what you wanna stretch. So hips stay pressed into the ground. Gently pull on the calf or the thigh, just not on the knee joint. And you can grab your toes if you're able to. Push that knee back to keep it straight and keep pushing both hips into the ground. And you can point and flex. It does change the stretch. You'll feel the difference. Point and flex. And with each point, try and pull it in just a little bit more if you're able to. And don't forget, check the hips. Okay, so same thing on the left. Push both hips down. Pull it in. Breathe. Point and pull it in a little bit more. Check the hips. And point. Okay, so now last one against the wall. Core tight. We're gonna let our feet drop out to the sides as far as you're able to. I'm not super flexible in this direction. Some people can lay both legs on the ground. My hips don't do that yet, so just relax here for a minute. No stretching, no pulling. Just keep both hips down and let gravity do some of the work for you. So hopefully you feel the muscles here stretching out a little bit. If you can, walk it down just a little bit more. And keep those knees actively pressing back too. Same with the hips. Okay, we're gonna lift and we are ready to try a split. And for the actual splits, I do time how long I practice them, and I am much more flexible with my left leg in front than I am with my right leg in front. So I'm gonna start with my less flexible leg, my right leg. And you can come into this from that folded position and slide in. I like to do it from standing. It's just more comfortable for me to stay in the right posture with my hips. So I slide down, turn the top of my foot down. Once I'm down, I hit the timer, try and keep my chest lifted and my weight over my hips. And I do this for a minute. Oh, my timer reset. Okay. Or I'm gonna guess that I probably did about 25 seconds already, so. Let your body, let gravity do the work. Don't force it. Let your body naturally come into it. And I like to do this 2 times per leg. So I'll do a minute right, a minute left, a minute center split, and then I like to repeat it one more time. About 4 seconds. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so this time left leg forward. You always want to do both sides because you work different muscles doing it. So again, slow controlled. If you can't control lowering into it, then you want to do it start from a seated position. So I have my timer set. This is my side that I feel more flexible on. I think I'm almost there. Not quite yet, but getting there. And again, you might be leaned forward. That's okay. It's wherever your body is now. Breathe. I like to squeeze the top of my thigh. It actually helps relax the opposite muscle. The agonist and antagonist muscle groups work together like that. When you squeeze one, the opposite one relaxes. 10 seconds left. Okay, come out of it, and then finally the center. Okay, so for this one, I do it a little bit differently. Just like I did with my butt against the wall, I'm going to do the same thing, but this time from a standing position. And don't force it. You don't want to put too much pressure on your knees. If you feel too much pressure on your knees, go back to laying on your back, butt against the wall. Let gravity do the work instead of adding extra weight to it. You might not be ready for that yet. So, butt against the wall, slide out as far as you're able to. You can either do this with extended arms or lay your arms down. And again, let gravity do the work. Remember, hydrate, and the more you stretch, the more flexible you'll be. It really is a practice. You don't get more flexible overnight. But flexibility is so good for you in so many ways, and I will write about that on my blog. "20 seconds left for this one. This is the hardest one for me. Okay, and I like to walk my feet together and then hop them in when I'm done with that one. Okay guys, so that is my split stretch. That is the recommended routine I do for building up my stretches. A lot of you wanted to know, and I will post my pictures of how I've progressed so far so you guys can see that it actually works. And hopefully soon I'll be able to show a full split when I do it. So as always, the breakdown of this workout will be on my blog, benderfitness.com. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you there.